Hey guys, and welcome back to Off the Bar. I'm with Josh. As always, we're talking about the farewell video that we've just seen. Obviously, we did a video yesterday, and the video was talking about obviously Ollie being sacked, but now it's official by the club.
Yep, confirmed.
He's come out and he's basically put out a video to say farewell, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
What did you make about the video?
I'm not going to lie. Obviously, I'm still super pumped that he's gone, but the video did hit home a bit. I was like, fuck. I've kind of regret being like, yeah, see you later, Kochan, fucking happy.
Yeah.
I've kind of felt sorry for him.
It was a bit like that, wasn't it?
You know, like, it makes you realise he does love the club. He is like one of us. He's a fan. But, you know, at the end of the day, he wasn't good enough for the job.
Well, see, I felt that as well when I was watching. I was like, oh God, that's pretty harsh to watch. You know, he obviously loves the club so much, and that actually comes out in the interview. Like you could see, he's kind of choked
He
up.
almost started crying.
Yeah, look. No one can deny his passion for the club. That's undeniable. But in saying that, you know, just because you don't want to go, just because you love the club doesn't mean you're right for the job.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you're good enough for the job.
With all the reports that are coming out now, though, in terms of the planning and the future, who's going to get the job, who's taking over now, and the whole situation, it's a mess. So, and it kind of highlights the fact that it probably wasn't 100% his fault. Yes, he's probably not qualified, you know, to be the manager of Manchester United right now. But in a way, he was backed. The club backed him, you know, money-wise, you know, transfer windows. He was heavily backed. And he got chance after chance. Not a whole lot of managers at any other clubs would have got the chances he got.
100%.
He got so many chances whenever we were in bad patches of form to get himself out. So he was backed. However, you know, the planning of the club from the board, the way that we've brought in now, so we've sacked him, but we've still got virtually the same coaching staff that's been doing a poor job through this bad run of results. We've just got rid of the face of him.
Yeah.
It's still the same setup.
Yeah.
So me personally, I don't see how it's going to change anything.
Well, you see that that emotion when it comes to when he's talking in the interview. He slightly talks about Carrick, and then he starts getting really emotional and kind of like waves his hand saying like, that's enough type of thing. I don't really want to talk about that. But obviously there's an emotion there towards his backroom staff. Now, I don't know why, because his fucking backroom staff fucking got him fired.
So I don't know if you've heard these reports either, that apparently he was offered the chance to change his coaching staff or even keep them but bring more coaching staff in. From what I've read, that the board have come to him previously and said, do you need anything else? You know, like the results are bad. Do you need extra coaches? Do you need more high-level coaches? And he kind of refused it. So he turned away the help, which is bad on him.
Yeah.
Well,
as a manager, the buck stops with you.
Yeah.
And in his interview, you could see that, like, he understands that the run of form has got him sacked.
Yeah,
he understands
what he
that.
said, I couldn't get the results.
So he obviously talked about the progression that Man United have made within the time that he was there. Do I think that his progression is enough? No. It was slowly getting there. And people thought with these high expectations this year, that with the bolstering of the squad, that we'd make a proper title challenge.
Do you feel that maybe as fans we got too far ahead of ourselves?
No. I actually do think that if you're a part of Manchester United, they are the expectations that you have to uphold.
Yeah.
I don't think that, you know, after Louis van Gaal, Moyes, Mourinho, they got held to that same standard.
Yeah.
Why does, you know, a legend of the club get an easy ride?
Yeah, that's right.
You know, and like I said, the interview there, it's clear that he's emotionally attached to the club. There's no doubt. There's no doubt to that. But it just has to go off performances. Like Gary Neville had an interview today, and they said, what do you feel, blah blah. And he didn't want to put the boot in. That's obvious.
Well, to be fair, he has no right to put the boot in,
Yeah.
considering he's been one of the guys backing him and, giving him chance after chance anyway.
Yeah,
Because
so
they're mates.
so he's not obviously come out public and say, fucking that's how we go. But in saying that, he did say that it wasn't good enough, and I think that's fair to say. And
Yeah.
I think Ollie can take that away after this interview. He recognises that's not good enough.
Well, I think Ollie, a lot of people said he can walk away with his head held high. A lot of fans have been saying still thank you. And I was probably a little bit, maybe not like that. I was like, no, it's not good enough. He has to go. I don't care. Bring in anyone that's not him that changes, bring it. And like I said, I'm still on that wagon. But with hindsight now and reflecting, you kind of do see he has brought the club forward.
Yeah.
So where we've gone from, after the Ferguson era and struggling, top 3 finishes in 3 consecutive years.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas before we were just trying to make top 4. We've made a Europa League final, which, we probably should have won. He's got rid of a lot of deadwood from the squad. He's improved the harmony of the squad. He kind of brought back those, that positive vibe around the club. So he has done well for the club. It's just unfortunate that it's not like he lost a few games like, 2-1. Like we've been getting smashed.
Yeah.
We've been getting smashed.
And our only victory within, in that run of patch that we thought, maybe is half decent, is the Tottenham game. But Tottenham were in disarray.
Yeah.
In that period as well, sacking obviously Nuno.
Yeah. Well, when was the last game that we won that it was like, we're on fire? It was the Newcastle game. It was Ronaldo's home.
Probably not even like the Everton trial game, which is
I don't think so.
that we looked really great.
Well, I don't think so. I think we started the season off well. We beat Leeds 5-1. Right, Leeds are no pushovers. They're a good squad. 5-1, everything looked good. In my opinion, it was the Newcastle game where Ronaldo came in, 2 goals. Oh, yep, here we go. Let's go.
We've got the missing piece
That
of the
was
puzzle.
the last game, in my opinion. That was the last game where we actually looked good whilst winning. After that, our wins were like close. West Ham in the 90th minute. Then we started to get a few poor results. Last minute winners or equalisers from Ronaldo in Champions League. It just kind of got scrappy. So it was bound to happen.
Yeah.
It was bound to happen. He has done well. And like you said, he believes he has left the club in a better state than what he picked it up. And I tend to agree with him. I think you don't.
Yeah, the only reason why I disagree with that is because, like, you would say that the squad's disjointed at the moment. The form of the players aren't great. Harry Maguire's not great. Pogba's in a bit of a mess at the moment with transfer talks and things like that. Donny van der Beek's not happy. You got Lingard not happy. You got Ronaldo. Obviously, there's something going on there in the back room that he's not happy with because he's probably expected to challenge for titles. You got Bruno's not really running on form. So, yes, he's made a progress with the team, but right now,
all of which I don't think is Ollie's fault.
No, but
you can't blame Ollie, in my opinion, for players being out of form. Every manager who manages Paul Pogba has a contract situation. Pogba, listen, if you don't want to sign the contract, say so and leave.
Yeah, but as a manager,
you're a good player. There will be other clubs that want to take you.
But we've spoken about this.
I want to leave.
We've spoken about this, and you've actually said that as a manager, it's up to you to go in and pull Pogba aside and say, "Hey, listen, either you fucking sign the contract or you're not going to play." And he tends to puts his arm around the players instead of asking or telling them the hard-hitting truths of football.
Yeah, there's many reports that I've read this morning about there was a situation where Ollie had to have a conversation with Chris Smalling, obviously when he first took over, about kind of moving on. And Matt Judge was the one who made the phone call and he was advised to do it almost like Ollie didn't want to have that confrontational. He didn't want to like upset Chris Smalling, and Chris Smalling to be upset with him. He's kind of like too nice.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
And I feel like that you can see that in the players, that the players really get around him. But the problem is you don't need players to be your mate.
Yeah.
Like
You need him to
need
respect
'em-
you,
That's right.
but work hard for you at the same time.
Exactly
Yeah.
right. And I think that did he leave us in a better state? Ultimately, in the full scope, he has. But in saying that as well, I don't think they're in a great state. Like if he left us in the end of last year, okay,
Yeah.
he left us in a good place.
Yeah.
But did he leave us in a good place right now? No. Like we are not in a good place as a team in terms of form. Now he leaves us with, backroom coaches.
Well, I don't think even he's left us with backroom coaches.
Well, they've the
club's left us in the hands now of a coach, not a manager, a coach who has less experience than Ollie.
Yeah.
And he's the caretaker coach now while we find an interim manager. Yeah. And an interim manager for the rest of the season until we find a full-time manager.
Which is terrible to say. Like
the planning behind it's woeful.
You couldn't figure that out. Like you can't have someone in the background saying, "Look, if shit hits the fan, you're going to be the man."
Yeah,
what I mean?
You think the club after the Liverpool game would have been like,
let's start putting something in place.
Here's our candidates, and they've spoken to him and said, "Listen, we've given him 4 weeks. If results are bad in 4 weeks, can we count on you? Write your figure down. We'll pay you. It's a big thing. You're leaving a club midway through the season. We're obviously in a terrible state. Write down your figure. We'll look after it. But can we count on you to come in 4 weeks and take over if things go worse? Have a plan.
Yeah.
Yes, no, can't do that. Fine. But have some type of a plan. It's almost like the Liverpool game happened. That there should have been for the club. That's
we got
time
smashed.
to plan.
We got smashed.
See you later.
Yeah, absolutely smashed.
The results continued. The City game happened. I feel like they thought we would win this game and then they could get away with losing or drawing with Chelsea. Get rid of the few big games and then bring in the rest of the small teams. Win. Look, Ollie's back. The ship's steadied again.
Yeah, we're going to go for a
We're
run.
all right. This happened and it's like, holy shit. We're not ready for this. And now we have no plan. We have no one coming in.
Yeah.
Like, what happens now if we can't find an interim manager? Do we keep Carrick for the rest of the season?
Yeah, that's bad.
If we do, we're already 7 points or 9 points off fourth, something like that. We're still going to play Chelsea and Arsenal in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We could possibly lose both those games and we could be out of the top 10.
Yeah, well,
You know what I mean?
it's
Tough times for United.
yeah, it's discouraging because obviously, you got teams now leapfrogging us that we thought at one point that wouldn't be anywhere near us. Like Tottenham, for example, they were having trouble with Nuno and then obviously appointing Conte, and then now they've leapfrogged us. So now we're a thin edge at the moment. To wrap it all up, basically Ollie's interview was a sad interview.
Yeah.
I think that we both feel the same when it comes to we feel bad for Ollie.
Still cheering for Donny, but still glad Donny got his goal, honestly. How's this? Donny got the last goal of the Solskjaer era.
Yeah. It's a bit of
that's ironic.
Yeah.
How's the irony in it?
yeah.
Couldn't get a game, manages to score the last goal in his tenure at the job.
Sometimes football's like that.
Crazy.
Yeah. Well, look, that's probably all we have time for today. I hope you guys are really enjoying the content. We're trying to pump out as many videos as we can, keeping up to date with the news on Manchester United at the moment. Obviously, that's a very hot topic. But not just that, we've got a couple watch-alongs and stuff like that planned for the future as well. So make sure you smash that like button, notification bell, subscribe, all that type of stuff. And we'll see you on the next one.
See ya.